Yeah, check 1 2, check 1 2. Is this mic on? Is this mic on? Hey, listen, man. It's the one and only trendsetter DJ Sense, and you're listening to CockTales. Dirty discussions with Kiki and Medina Monroe. Yeah.
Today's cocktail is called Ridiculous. So these are the ingredients you need. You need 2 ounces of reposado tequila, 1.5 to 2 ounces of apple juice or cider, preferably organic. We're trying to keep it healthy. 3/4 ounces of fresh lime juice. That's like 1 medium lime. A teaspoon of honey. A teaspoon of agave nectar, a dash of ground cinnamon, and then for the simple syrup, you need a 1/4 cup of honey and a 1/4 cup of water. This is kind of like a lengthy drink, but it's worth it. It's tasty. I've had it before. Okay. So you also need 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, a lime wedge, and an optional garnish of a star of anise per drink. Clearly, I didn't make this up. I don't know what anise is. Here's how you make the ridiculous cocktail. So first, you're going to prepare the honey simple syrup by combining the water and honey in a small saucepan. Warm over medium heat. Stir frequently just until the honey is dissolved in the water. Remove from pan, heat, and set aside. On a small plate, use a fork to blend the sugar, salt, and cinnamon. Run a wedge of lime around the top of each drinking glass. Then turn the glass down at a 45-degree angle and roll the top of the glass through the cinnamon, sugar, and salt blend. Fill the glasses with ice and set them aside. So then you're going to fill the cocktail shaker with ice. Feel free to make 2 to 3 drinks at once for yourself. Pour in the tequila, apple juice, or the cider, lime juice, honey, and cinnamon. Put on the lid, shake the cocktail for about 20 seconds, strain the cocktail into the prepared glass, and add that little star of anise. Cheers. That's a ridiculous, and it was ridiculously long.
Yes, it was. Oh my goddamn, how many ingredients and instructions? Like, that's for a master mixologist.
That's a real ass drink.
I'm gonna be waiting for a while, thirsty and shit. Like, I'm just trying to get drunk. Can I get a shot while I wait?
Get something. I like ciders though.
I don't.
You don't? I like a little warm little alcoholic cider.
I do like warm drinks, but not cider. Welcome back to CockTales Dirty Discussions, you guys.
Hey, y'all.
What have you been up to?
What have I been up to? I'm not sure why that question is always so hard for me. I feel like I need to start making notes of what I did
put it
over
in
the
your
weekend.
notes.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. I had a comedy show on Saturday. Cece from Mixed Signals. She owns a venue called FemSpace ATL. It's right next to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And she loves comedy. She always puts on comedy shows and only has like female comics come up. And I always like to do them because I think it's a fun way to like face one of my fears. Yeah. And so I had a comedy show and it was dope as shit. I did it was co-ed this time. Remember I did it last time, it was all females. Yeah. She did one show where like the first show was all women. Second show was co-ed. So I did the second show and the second show was sold out. It was packed. There was people were standing. It was super dope.
That's cool.
It was a lot of fun. So I got to like try out some different jokes. Talked about like sleeping with married men, being a side bitch. It was funny. Embarrassing, but funny.
Oh my goodness.
What else did I do? I think that was like the highlight of my weekend. I hung out with some friends and had a sleepover date with my nephew, which is always fun. Aww. Yeah, we had a good time. My little baby.
I barely got to see my cousin this weekend. He hurt his wrist. He fractured his wrist and hand. I felt so bad. He had gotten in a car accident. But what else did I do? I did that. I spent several hours getting my eyelashes redone. You know,
several hours?
Well, like 2, because I had missed my appointment. You know, usually I go every 2 weeks. I like my eyelashes to be full. So I had a nice little nap on Friday. And then Sunday, you guys came over and we did our seafood boil.
That was so much fun. Y'all, we had a whole seafood boil. Kiki threw down. She had that sauce like that lady that be sucking her fingers.
And a lot of people came over. Like, some people were still there the next day. And I'm like, okay, it's time to go home.
The next day?
Yes, it's time to go home. Like, after you guys left, more people still came
Sunday.
over. Yeah. So Monday, there were people, and I was just like, all right, now look.
Y'all niggas gotta go.
Okay, like.
They was like, what's for breakfast? What you
Bitch,
make?
nothing. I woke up at 9:30. I had to go to work. I had my holiday party at work yesterday. We always kind of do the same thing. There's always karaoke, but then nobody ever wants to do it. And sometimes, honestly, it feels like people are just there to see who's going to get bonuses. Because they do like a bonus, and it's really just our boss picks out whoever he wants based on his own criteria. It's not like, okay, top salesperson, highest rated show.
It's like, you get a bonus. You get a bonus.
Yeah. Because after he did his speech, like, some people, you could tell they were a little bothered, and they exited rather quickly. But I had a great time. It was open bar. The food was good. I had fun. A lot of people are not there during the day when I'm there, so I might see them on paydays. And that's it. So it's always cool to see like everybody who works there, since that's like a business where it's 24 hours a day. And what else? I can't think of it, but we got to do 2 episodes. So if it comes to me, it'll come to me later.
That's fine. What's up?
Okay. So before we move on to the topic for this one, we are going to do weird sex.
You said a man is not a necessity, a man is a luxury.
Like dessert. Yeah. Man is absolutely not a necessity.
Did you mean that to sound mean and bitter?
Oh, not at all. I adore dessert. I love men. I think men are the coolest. But you don't really need them to live.
So this week's weird sex. Did you guys know that some men, well, first of all, that penises can break? Some people know that. Some people might think they're just hurt, but you can like pop that shit. And apparently some men break their penises on purpose. So it's a practice known as Tagandan, which means to click in Kurdish. And men will hold their lower shaft of like their erect penis with one hand, and then use the other one to quickly snap the upper shaft. And when
fun?
Girl, I don't know why they do it. But when done correctly, Tagandan is said to be painless. A habit that's kind of like cracking your knuckles, like that feeling. So it says, why do these men do it? According to Dr. Javad Sargushi, a urology professor in Iran, who's published work on this subject, he said that it causes a loss of erection and a satisfying popping noise. So maybe some guys do it like when they get erect in like a strange place.
They
like maybe
break their dicks.
Well, it's not permanently broken. Like, you know, it heals, but they pop that shit. They put the bottom part in one hand and the other one, and they pop it. Isn't that strange?
That's very strange.
I wonder what it feels like. Sometimes I'm just curious to know what it feels like to have a penis.
Could you imagine if like the next dude you were with, like you were down there with his penis and you're like, let me show you something real quick, and you just crack his shit?
No, I feel like he might crack my shit if I did that to him.
You're like,
oh
baby,
my
it's
God.
just like popping knuckles. Let me show you real quick.
You try that shit and let me know how it works. I'm not trying it.
Die. Like,
Yeah, pop you up, crack something upside your head.
what's it called?
Tagandan.
Tagandan. Because now I just want to ask niggas, like, have you ever Tagandaned? Like,
I don't know, but I saw that. I was looking for like fun sex facts and interesting things, and I'm like, I have never heard of this shit. Now I have been riding a dick before, and it came out and I kind of sat on it in the wrong spot, and that hurt me. Have you ever had that happen where you sit on a dick but it misses the hole and it's like in another area and it hurt? Ooh, it's like it sends like a shock up your body, or it's just painful. I don't like that.
I don't like that either.
And I wonder how it would feel though as a man for that to happen. I don't want to experience it. I don't need a penis, but I'm just curious. I don't know. Anyway, so this week we are going to catch up on some of you guys' cocktails because you have sent so many. So
I'm
I went
excited.
through.
Some of these subject lines are fucked into tears. Whoa.
So I went through and I deleted a bunch of them. So just go to the ones that are unread. Not anything older than the unread.
Got you.
Okay. So I have one pulled up and it said the subject line is Mama Still Got It. So she says, hey ladies, just like everyone else that writes in, I love your show. So here's my cocktail. Just a little background. I'm 35 years old. I've been married for 6 years to a wonderful hubby, have 2 kids under 3 years old. Woo. And I'm a business owner, so time is tight. The hubs and I were just watching TV and I mentioned that I miss us having foreplay. Lately, we have to hop right into it for fear of the kids cock blocking by waking up. He told me to take my ass to the bedroom and let's get it poppin'. He pushed me on the bed and dived into my kitty with his face. Y'all, it has been a minute since your girl got some head, so I'm in heaven. He spent at least 15 minutes just pleasuring me. Then he proceeded to mount me, hold both of my hands over my head, and force his dick in my mouth. He's face fucking me and then pulling it out and slapping my face while the spit is still spilling out of my mouth and getting smeared all over my face. He flips me over and starts giving me the business. And next thing I know, there's a thumb in my ass. I'm pushing back on it and fucking him. Then this nigga tried to put his whole dick in my ass. So I suggest we get my Hitachi out. He flips me back over and starts to edge me by putting the Hitachi on my clit while fucking me, then pulling it away right before I squirt.
What the fuck is a Hitachi?
It's one of those vibrators where it has like the head on it. Mm-hmm. It's the best way I can describe it. Google it so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm sure you've seen some like
H-I or H-A?
I don't know. Where's the word? I done lost my place.
I got it.
Okay. So he flips me back over and starts to edge me by putting the Hitachi on my clit while fucking me, then pulling it away right before I squirt. He does this for about 10 minutes and I'm literally trying to climb the walls, but this man has me pinned to the bed with his hand around my neck. So I just am at his every whim. He was evil and never let me squirt. He ordered me to get on all fours and all I could say was, yes, daddy, at that point. He knew that he could tell me whatever he wanted and I was doing it. He finished me off by spitting on my asshole and fucking me from the back while pulling my hair. So 2 hours later, I have cum and spit smeared all over me and laying in bed in an orgasmic bliss, and we made it through without either of the kids waking up. Hallelujah. Won't he do it? Signed, Mama still got it. Oh,
Mama still got it.
Made it even more fun. I couldn't imagine. I forget about that part of like having kids that they could just bust up in there
and be like, "Why are you spitting in Mama's booty hole?"
I've definitely walked in on my parents and grandparents having sex.
I've never.
I'm glad for you because that's something I'll never forget. Never, sadly, and I wish I never would have seen that.
She said he tried to put his whole dick in my ass.
No fucking thank you. But I'm glad you enjoyed it, girl.
I would love it. Okay. Okay, so I am going to read the one that says embarrassing cocktail. I like a good old embarrassing cocktail. So she says, hey, ladies, I love you guys and I love your show. My boyfriend and I came to the Houston live show and we really enjoyed ourselves. Anyway, my boyfriend and I have been together for a very long time. So there's not much that freaks us out. Hell, he watched our daughter being born. He promised not to look, but that didn't happen. I want you to look. And he's never been easily rattled by anything. That is until we tried to get busy this past weekend. We were laying in bed cuddling, which of course turned to sex. He started straddling me, so I knew it was about to be on. He has the best mouth ever, and I love kissing him. We made out for a little bit, and then he started moving down. He was rubbing all over my pussy with his big hands and kissing my neck. I'm glad he had big hands, girl. I took my underwear off like, nigga, come on. I could feel my pussy getting so wet and we'd only been rolling around for a few minutes. He pulled my shirt up and kissed all over my boobs. It had been a few days since we'd last gotten busy, so your girl was ready. He was moving right down to my goods, and I was ready for him to take me. He took his shirt off and settled right between my legs. I tried to grab the pillows, the blankets, anything to get some leverage and prepare myself. You know when you really be grabbing for stuff like, God, shit. Listen, I know a lot of women think their man eats pussy the best, but my man actually does. He's gentle and attentive. He's very sensual. That's important. You can tell he loves to do it. He uses his whole mouth, not just his tongue. He was planting these wet kisses all over my pussy, holding it open to get to every part. He breathed gently on my clit, and I thought he was done. I thought I was done for him. For some reason, this particular day, he was a little more hesitant. He usually pushes my legs back and makes out with my pussy, but today he wasn't. He was tiptoeing around like he didn't know he didn't know the place. Finally, he held up his index finger and asked me, "Are you on your period?" I reached my own hand down to check, mortified, because who wants to be asked that? And I was. It wasn't very much because I only spot these days the power of an IUD. But it was enough. I rolled off the bed and ran to the bathroom to clean myself up. He had a little blood on his chin. We did not have sex that night because we were both pretty freaked out. He'll probably insist on keeping the lights on and double check to make sure it's all clear from now on. Thanks, y'all. It never feels good when you start your period while you're in the act, whether it's spotty or if it's like full blown Bloody Mary day one. That shit just don't feel good. You on your period? No.
And it's like, you know it tastes like pennies now. I didn't know. Just can't you just like tough through it, please?
I mean, you're already down there.
Right. It's already happened. You got a bloody chin.
You grown.
What's the point of stopping? Like, you faced your fear. You didn't even know it. I helped you.
Yeah. What's up?
Okay. This is another cocktail that I kind of skimmed, and I saw she was using a Hitachi too. And I'm just like, everybody is getting these damn Hitachi ones. I prefer the clit sucking tools, but did you ever see it?
I did with the big round thing at the end. It's like a massager. Are you supposed to be using that on your vagina? Mm-hmm. Okay. I recently went to a local sex club with a girl I met on FetLife.com. We had been getting to know each other online and had also met in person the week prior. I meet her at her house and we drink a little while she's finishing getting ready. Well, we get there. We're the only Negroes in the club. So we went upstairs and tried the Sybian, a strong vibrating seat. But it wasn't working correctly. That was so disappointing. Those fucking machines are powerful, and I was looking forward to seeing her come in public. Have you ever used one of those? What is it?
The Sybian. Remember when Mother Ish was here and she was talking about it? It's like that thing that you sit on and there's a vibrator, like a dildo on top.
I've never used one of those. I would like to.
I think I would try it. Yeah. I'm kind of scared. I feel like
scared.
It's going to be super powerful. When I've seen people use them, they just look like, does it have a low setting? Because it's like up and down, not just vibrating. I don't need all of that. I need you to take, I like nice, long,
Can I turn it down a little?
Yeah, I need it to be on the beginner setting. Okay, anyway, that was so disappointing. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, instead, we played on the pole. I showed off a little because I was a stripper once upon a time. She liked that and grinned as she recorded me spinning on the pole. We sat down on one of the beds and she asked if she could kiss me. That turned me on. I've been dealing with men lately and they just do whatever whenever. We made out for a minute. She climbed on top of me and choked me while she kissed me. She pulled my titty out and started sucking it hard. I was so turned on, but the club was whack. The DJ was playing some bullshit music. It was full of older white couples and 2 interracial ones. Apparently, the buffer black dude is the nigga who fucks everybody's wife. Ooh. Because he shook hands with all the men and the women looked happy to see him. There were boobs out, but we were the only people actually touching each other. So we left. We got to her place and she just grabbed my face and started kissing me again and telling me how cute I am. We kissed all the way to her bed. I hadn't tasted a woman in so long. I was nervous. I started kissing her body and sucking on her perky breast. She started taking her panties off. I scooted down in between her legs. Her pussy was pierced. Oh my God. Yes. I've never eaten pierced coochie, but I did my drunken best. It was good. It was clean. I tongue fucked her and I was licking her. I kept licking until she came loudly. Then she ate me out. That was cool. But then this girl pulled out a Hitachi wand. She put a bunch of like heart eye emojis and crazy faces. Okay. Oh my fucking God. That thing is amazing. She put it on my clit and got on top of me. She came, then grabbed a vibrator, but was putting the Hitachi down. I told her I want both. Bitch. Okay. She fucked me hard with the vibrator and Hitachi. I came a few times. She laid down and I put the Hitachi on her and got on top of her and rode her. After we tapped out, she asked me if I wanted a bonnet. # black hair matters. And she spooned me all night.
That's love. You want a bonnet,
That's my
girl?
favorite part, I think. Excuse me. I think she wanted to fuck again in the morning, but I was too hungover. That heifer drunk me under the table. LOL. That's my cocktail. That's funny. That's cute.
That's the good thing about like when you fuck with a woman. Like they are so like they are attentive. Like they pay attention. Like it's very rare that a man's gonna be like, "You need a bonnet," and if he does have a bonnet, then you're gonna be like, "Why you got so many bonnets? Why you just got bonnets on deck?"
Right. Do you sleep in these or did your last girl?
Yeah, you just be having them ready for all the bitches. But I mean, I'm gonna take it because I do need it. Okay.
Let me delete this one before you start reading this. Let me start.
Okay.
Stop the camera.
What was the subject line of that?
I just deleted it.
Okay, cool.
It said cocktail, but it didn't have like a descriptive.
God, I got a wax today. Not on my lunch break. When I got off work, they had like an opening. I could slide in there at 5:15. Your girl was in there screaming. The lady was like, "Oh my God." Okay, I am gonna do I Need a One Dance. Got an energy in my hand. That's the subject line.
I see it.
Okay, so she says cocktail. I need a one dance. Hey, to the baddest chicks, Kiki and Medina.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. I love y'all so much. I give you both props for motivating me to explore my sex life. I've been listening to y'all since the beginning, and I finally have a cocktail worth sharing. Sorry it's so long, but let's think of it as slow and steady foreplay with teasers, building up to an explosive orgasm. Hopefully, I'll get to hear this on an episode. Fingers crossed. Girl. So I've been celibate for a year because niggas.
I know that's fucking right.
I know that's fucking. I'm about to be the same way. And since I turned, no, I'm not. And since I turned 30 this year, my sex drive and horniness has been more intense than ever. Every week when I listen to your podcast, I'm motivated to go on dating apps and find me somebody fine to create a cocktail with. But then I get bored because I rarely find anybody attractive or worthy enough to get these draws. I'm not looking for love and I'm not trying to fuck just anybody, but I do want somebody's son, somebody's daddy, somebody's uncle, etc. who can make this pussy jump with his looks and his swag. Okay? Okay, girl, I'm not mad at you. Throughout my celibacy, I've played myself on the daily and attended a few sex expos for fun. Plus, I bought myself a cute little butt plug with a pink jewel and other kinky paraphernalia, including sheet orgasm pills, just to be mentally and physically prepared for that first fuck of my new decade of life.
Girl, you're going to be climbing the walls.
You're not going to know what to do. Your pussy going to be running. Fast forward to last month. I went on this 5-day party cruise to the Caribbean with an open mind and open legs. And bitch, the amount of eye candy on this boat was unfucking real. I bought a cabin with a balcony for the sole purpose of getting my freak on. I told my roommate to mind her business. If she sees my repetitive movement on the balcony and she was cool. Oh, wait, hold on. I told my roommate to mind her business if she sees any repetitive movement on the balcony, and she was cool with it. During each day and night party, I walked around, I fucking all the fine niggas. And most of them were summoned to steal a wine from me. That means come dance with me.
Oh.
Okay, I was like, they were stealing your wine?
That's what I was thinking, like my beverages.
What's not about to happen if you're stealing my wine, especially on the cruise, because like give me my wine. I feel confident as ever dancing and connecting with all these fine ass niggas. Girl, you really like saying niggas. But there was this one man radiating BDE, big dick energy for those of you who don't know, who made my pussy drip. By the way, he approached me and danced with me. I'll attach a video of how easily you can fall in love by just one dance. Let's call him Mufasa. At first, Mufasa was just one of the many fine men I fucked in passing during one of the day parties. But Mufasa ran up behind me, grabbed me by the waist, pulled me close, and whispered into my ear with his deep voice and sexy ass, saying, "That is the last time you gonna look at me like that.
Medina.
Not wind up on me, gal."
What accent is this? Right, because it's like a combo. What country are we in right now?
They on a cruise. They
No, the man. Where is he from?
She don't say. Bitch, I never got so wet from a dance. After a few songs, he took my iPhone out of my hand and plugged his phone number and his IG handle. I didn't even ask for any of that shit. But of course, I was going to stalk his fine ass since I bought the Wi-Fi plan. Out of the 4,000 people on this boat, we seemed to always find each other at the parties. And every time we danced, it was splash fucking waterfalls between my goddamn legs with this man. The chemistry between us was unmatched compared to all the other men I danced with. She was really dancing.
I want to see the video.
I do too. He was my vacay bae, and I was in love. You probably wondering at this point when I'm going to get to the part of the story where I invite Mufasa to my cabin.
That's exactly what I'm wondering.
For a nasty fuck fest on my balcony under the hot Caribbean sun in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. It never happened, sis.
What?
I had plenty of opportunities, but I didn't take them. I was scared. Why? Bitch, I don't know.
That's exactly what I was wondering. Why?
Although this was the greatest vacation of my life, I was disappointed in myself for not getting my hole dug out. Vacation sex would have been the cherry on top, but I missed out. So now I was back at home, still on a high from this trip, still sexually frustrated, and still thinking about Mufasa and his mesmerizing big dick energy. Big dick energy is just so amazing. You could be an ugly dude with big dick energy and you get in the draws.
Yeah.
I finally decided I have nothing to lose by shooting my shot with Mufasa since I had his number in my phone. To my surprise, he responded immediately. Mm-hmm. He said he couldn't forget the look I would give him and the dances we shared on the cruise. He also expressed how sad he was that we never met up for some one-on-one time during the trip. So he offered to travel and come see me. Fast forward a few days later, he pulls up to my place. Soon as I open the door, reach up for a hug, he grabs me by my neck and my booty and tongue kisses me passionately before I could even say hi. Splash waterfalls. I lead him to my bedroom, which was dimly lit and smelling sweet from the coconut scented candles that melted into a massage oil. In the background, you can hear Tory Lane's Chicks Tape 5 playing on the speakers. I had to set the mood right. We talked and laughed for a few minutes while finishing a bottle of rosé. The sexy vibes, the sight of Mufasa in front of me, plus the effects of the She Orgasm pills and rosé. Yeah, if you take them with alcohol, it does kick in pretty nicely. All had me so excited that I couldn't wait any longer. I took charge by grabbing him by the chin and I tongued him down again. He squeezed on my ass, licked up and down on my neck, pulled my titties out of my lace bra and sucked on my nipple piercings. Then I took his clothes off, laid him down onto the towel on my bed. Okay, got the towel on. Okay. I straddled his back so I could give him a hot oil rub down from the candle. I was just so grateful that the first man I actually desired in a year was in my bed. Sis was really ready to get
She
dick down.
has been preparing.
She is ready. He was loving the back massage. that I gave him. So after he had enough, he flipped onto his back and he pulled my hips towards his face. He moved my lace panties to the side with his teeth and devoured my pussy as I rode his face. The way he flicked my clit with his tongue set me off. He spent about 15 minutes feasting on me. Then we switched to the 69 position. My mouth was salivating for that dick as it stood up waiting for me. We sucked on each other for about 15 minutes or so. That's when he noticed my cute butt plug with the pink jewel. If y'all remember, that was the same story. Apparently, I kept hitting him in the nose. So he pulled it out, tossed it onto the floor, and fingered my ass while he ate my pussy until I came all over his face. I was in ecstasy, y'all. Next, I kneeled in between his legs and gave him some of the sloppiest head he had a medium, but super girthy dick. So I was able to deep throat that thing, choke, and give him a dramatic performance. I had so much fun with it, and I could tell he was loving it by the way he was moaning, squirming, and whispering how nasty I was. I was licking, kissing, and sucking on his shaft and balls, and she's really giving it. Like, I can see her, and I don't even know what she looks like. And I gently rubbed his asshole too. To my surprise, he spread his legs more. So I slid that finger into his booty and massaged his spot while I sucked on his head. Wow. I kept going and going until he came all up on the back of my throat, all up in the back of my throat. After he climaxed, he grabbed my face and kissed me passionately. I love a man who's not afraid to taste his own juices. It didn't take long for him to get rock hard again. So I rolled a condom down his shaft with my hand. She's using all the correct terms and mouth.
The shaft. I never call it a shaft.
Me neither.
Give me that dick.
Give me that dick. What's up? Then I straddled on top of him and rode his strong dick slowly. This was my first time taking dick in a year, but I was ready to break my celibacy. I sucked and drooled on his fingers and guided him to rub on my clit while I grinded on him. I looked him dead in his eyes and told him not to take his fingers off my clit. After about almost 10 minutes of whining my hips, okay, I get it, and riding his dick, I squirted hot juices all over him and the towel underneath us. Next, I turned on to all fours with my face down, ass up, so he could fuck me from behind. It felt so good as he was busting my pussy wide open with his fat dick and fingering my ass with his thumb. With his free hand, he poured the rest of the hot massage oil onto my back. Then he massaged me as he fucked me and finger popped my ass simultaneously. He really was in your booty. I was talking nasty shit to him, calling him daddy and begging him to shoot up the club. It didn't take long for him to bust a nut. All up in me. Then we both collapsed onto my bed and fell fast asleep. The next morning, I woke up with a slow and wet hand job. I woke him up with a slow and wet hand job. Y'all was not wasting no time. The amount of pre-cum that came out of him was enough lubrication for both of us. I was already hot and ready, so I turned my back to him while he put a condom on. Then I poked my booty out, allowing him to injure me from the side. We started slow, and he grabbed my titties with one hand and played with my wet clit with the other as I backed it up on him. Then he grabbed my neck and fucked me fast. Next, he bent me over my bed and whispered into my ear, "I love it when you cream upon daddy's dick, baby." That sent me over the edge. We both came together that morning. Mufasa and I are still meeting up on a weekly basis for some hot sexcapades, and I'm just trying to not fall in love. I hope you enjoyed this cocktail, ladies. I sure as hell enjoyed my experience. Whew, child, I'm sweating writing this, and I'm about to hit Mufasa up for some more. Goodbye, ladies. Sent from my iPhone, and she sent the video.
I watched the video earlier when you were telling part one of the story.
Is it funny? Can she dance?
She just danced. She's just dancing.
You know, when you have like
it's not like choreography. It's just like she bent over. You can't see his face, but you can see her. She's cute. This is why I can't wait no whole year to have sex.
Because you'll be really...
I'm going to be sprung off the first piece of dick that I get. I'm sure that you had a great experience, but it's like... I can't remember all them details.
She remembered every single detail.
But I feel like I would remember all of the details if I had waited that long. It's like a movie that's going to replay, a miniseries.
But then if the sex is that good, You probably can, because we've given some cocktail stories where we do remember them details because that
I
shit
remember
was that
some
good.
details, but not everything. I still be forgetting parts.
She said.
And I also don't want to have sex for hours and hours and hours.
It depends. It really depends. I can have sex for hours and hours and hours if the vibe is really like that. If it's not, I'd be like, all right, let's take a break. But have you ever been on vacation or out of town and you met somebody and y'all did have like a super strong vibe and you just have to have sex with them? Like you're like, I'm bringing you to my room, Mufasa. Really? Never? Wow.
I've done that when I was where I live, but not out of town. No, sorry, girl. Can't relate. Okay. Next, a one. This one says hot twat. And this one is about a couple. Okay. Hey, Kiki and Medina. How are you ladies? We're good. I'm a newbie to the CockTales podcast, and I love it. Y'all get me through my work day, like, for real.
You're welcome, girl.
You are so welcome. So I want to share a cocktail with y'all, and it's a funny-ass cocktail, so let me get to it. Thank you. Okay. I have been with my husband for 10 years, and we have sex dates. Let me explain. We have children, and we work, so we can't fuck like we used to when we were younger, so we got to plan dates. Now, during this particular date, I was 7 months pregnant with my now 4-month-old baby, and I was a real moody bitch, but I still tried to stay in the mood. So I got off work, cooked dinner. I made beef neck bones, potatoes, and green beans. Oh, you wanted us to know.
She said, look, I can cook.
I bathed, oiled my body up with coconut oil, put on some porn to get me in the mood because I was never in the mood.
Some porn or some corn?
Porn.
Okay.
I was never in the mood for real. I stayed faking the shit. But this day I was in the mood and ready to get me some dick. I was so ready. I played with my pussy for a minute until my husband decided to come join me. He came into our bedroom and he was happy as hell I was in the mood. He tears his clothes off so quick and dives head first into my pussy. He started sucking on my clit, then slips 2 fingers in my pussy, and I started feeling a sensation, a warming sensation. Then the shit started burning, like fucking burning. I started screaming, y'all, and squirming. My fucking coochie was on fire, and this nigga was really sucking, humming and shit. But I'm gonna keep it real. I didn't tell him to stop because I was already pregnant and was thinking it's my hormones doing this shit because I'm finally in the mood. I was tired of giving him some weak ass pussy because I was feeling like a damn whale. So with that being said, I came, then pushed his ass off of me, and no lie, once the air hit my shit, it really started burning. So then I got scared and said, nigga, what the fuck is in your mouth? Y'all, I swear, this fool said, I ate the food you made, baby, and put some hot sauce in it. I could have killed that motherfucker. So I said, you ate some food with hot sauce and came and put your mouth on my pussy. Now, while I'm saying this, I'm running my fat ass down the stairs to jump in the shower. My ass was squatting down in the shower with cold ass water spraying into my cooch from the shower head. I still went back and gave his ass some pussy after my hot twat cooled off. Hope you enjoyed my cocktail, and I enclosed a pic of us. I hate imagining what a person looks like. I do too. Hugs and kisses from Detroit. This is them.
Oh, they're cute. Oh, they're cute. She said I was sick of giving him this weak ass pussy. You know when you really just not putting in the work.
And she really loves you because
she cooked that whole meal.
I can't believe he ate her pussy with hot sauce still left over in his mouth. You should have hit it with the mouthwash, bro. You was eating neck bones. I don't want neck bones and green beans on my cootie cat.
Into my vagina.
Oh my gosh. Give me some. I would be very annoyed, but I probably would have did just like she did. I still probably would have gave him some pussy.
And the crazy thing is, I feel like I probably wouldn't even said anything.
At all?
At all.
If it was burning like that, I would be freaking out.
You would?
Yeah, like why is my pussy burning like this? I wouldn't even think that it was food. I'm thinking that something is wrong with you. And you have gave me like, yes, you gave me some crazy STDs. One of the ones where it's like the morphed and the antibiotics don't work that they write about on the CDC.
Your pussy
and I got a baby in me. I'm pregnant as fuck. Did you give this shit to my baby? Like I'm freaking out. But I'm glad it was just a little Louisiana red
hot sauce.
Bless your heart. That was funny, though. I did enjoy that one.
Whether you or your partners are on the naughty or nice list, Adam and Eve has something for you. I've certainly had my eyes on the Womanizer Duo, and just for our listeners, you can select just about any item and get it for 50% off. No man, no problem. Buy the best parts of one at adamandeve.com. Your new toy won't lie, doesn't cheat or talk back, and will always get you to the up. Can you say the same thing for your ex? I kid. But seriously, head over to adamandeve.com. Just get something for yourself or your partner or both. There's something for everyone. Just go to adamandeve.com and use code CockTales for 50% off. Plus, you'll get 10 tantalizing gifts, 6 free spicy movies, and free shipping. That's CockTales at adamandeve.com. Have you thought about talking to someone but are unsure of where to start? BetterHelp makes it easy to connect with a licensed professional counselor, caring professionals specializing in the issues that you want to talk about. Join BetterHelp and get help at your own time and at your own pace. It's not a crisis hotline. There are over 4,000 U.S. licensed therapists across all 50 states. BetterHelp is also available worldwide. You can start communicating in under 24 hours, and it's available on your desktop, mobile web, Android, and iOS apps. And it's really easy to change the counselor if you need to. BetterHelp is about helping you. You schedule your secure video and phone sessions, or you can text your therapist worldwide and you can start communicating in under 24 hours. It's a truly affordable option, and CockTales listeners get 10% off your first month with discount code CockTales. If you've been wanting to talk, you can get started right now. Go to betterhelp.com/cocktales. Simply fill out the questionnaire and get matched with a counselor you'll love. That's betterhelp.com/cocktales. BetterHelp.com/CockTales. betterhelp.com/cocktales.
Okay. This one said, I'm going to read this one. No, I'm going to read this one sucked into tears. Because this is my coworker's first and last name. And I'm like, is this her? No, it's not. She's pretty, though. Okay. So the subject line on this cocktail is fucked into tears. She says, hey, y'all, I love the show. New listener and wishing I found you guys earlier. But anyways, I have a cocktail about the first time I cried during sex. I have never done that. Have you ever cried during sex?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You really haven't? I've never cried.
It wasn't like a sad cry. It was a happy cry. Like, it just felt good.
And actual tears are coming out.
Tears came down. It wasn't like boo-hoo crying, but tears are coming down. It's just like, I don't know what's happening, but this shit feels so good. It's like tears of joy, bliss, ecstasy.
I've never had that. Okay. I was with my nigga friend, not my boyfriend, but the nigga I spend a lot of time with. Okay. I had an edible and was sipping on some wine because I knew it was about to go down. The edible hit and I was feeling so good. We head to the bathroom and he starts rubbing on my nipples with the palm of his hand and licking them. That shit felt so good. I thought for sure that I was about to come from just that. Being high intensifies everything. The facts. He works his way down to eat my pussy, which is always A+, and also fingers my pussy and ass, during which always makes me come faster. I come and he keeps going, which makes me run because my clit gets sensitive as fuck. Mm-hmm. He holds on, but lets me go eventually. He stands by the side of the bed and tells me to come here. Come here, girl. And I can barely move, so he pulls me to him. So we're missionary, and my ass is off the side of the bed a little bit. Legs up on his shoulders. He starts fucking me, and I'm trying to keep composure because I'm still sensitive from coming so hard. As he's fucking the shit out of me, he's hitting my spot, y'all. I immediately get the feeling of wanting to laugh and cry at the same damn time. Like, I can't control it. This has happened to me before, but not this intense. I'm about to explode. And next thing I know, there's hot tears rolling down my face. Luckily, the lights were off. That shit was amazing. He comes on me and cleans me up. I had to go to the other side of the bed with my back turned because I was still crying, bitch. I'm trying to pull myself together. I included a pic just because. You should have let him see you cry, though. I feel like he probably would have been like, that would have like made his day. Like, maybe. If you let him see you cry, like, you're just
but
like,
maybe she's an ugly crier. Could you imagine crying like Kim Kardashian?
Oh.
That ain't gonna be cute. He's gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What happened? Oh, I'm about to be me too. Yeah. He's like, all right, you gotta go. She's pretty though. You got some pretty hair.
Let me see. Scroll up. She does.
Yeah.
I like those eyebrows. I always look at people's eyebrows.
I like the nose ring because I typically don't really like people with nose rings. That looks good. And that little lipstick. Wow.
Hey girl.
Hey girl, what you doing tonight?
Okay. Oh no, this is too long. I'm not reading this today.
That one. Read the long. I don't be long until I start reading them. And I'm like, oh god.
I scrolled to see because it's almost 10, so I'm like, I'll read it another day. Let me just mark this as unread. But sorry, girl, this episode is not yours. All right. Where am I? Okay. This one says, this will be the last one I read. Where my 7.5 inches go. She asked us a question, but she still has a story. Okay. Hey, girls. As is everyone else that listens, I'm in love with this podcast. I swear it's helped me become so in tune with my body and has made me more honest about what I like. That's really good. Okay. Anywho, so I'm a 24-year-old girl from the A, and I met this guy named Jeremy not too long ago. He was 26, tall, dark, handsome, and had a good job. And with the market in Atlanta these days, I felt like I hit the jackpot. We dated for a fleeting month or so. I'll spare the preliminary details and start with the night. This particular night, we went out for dinner and I was ready to get it on, y'all. We hadn't discussed what the night would entail after dinner, but we knew what was up. I went back to Jeremy's place and he had some drinks ready for us. We sipped and pretended to be watching a movie, but American Son was the last thing on our minds. Before I knew it, I was on top of him and we were making out like there was no tomorrow. Kiki and Medina.
What?
Woo! When I tell you it was some steamy, passionate couch, I thought it was going to be a little bit more than that, but okay. Steamy, passionate couch kissing. I was on cloud 9. Finally, we take our party to the bed, stumbling all over the place and throwing each other's clothes off on the way. Y'all, I was excited. Mini-me from down below was ready too because she hadn't had any in a hot minute. So we get to the bed and I take charge. I let him lay down while I slowly pull down his boxer briefs, licking in various places until I know he couldn't stand the teasing any longer. Looking at his dick, I get all kinds of excited. It's a perfect size, a perfect mouthfeel, and the perfect chocolate color. I waste no time. I've been wanting this. I deep throat a couple of times before working my way back up to the head, twirling my tongue around the shaft and sucking tight on my way up. With drool running down my chin, I look him deep in the eyes and I can tell he's in heaven. Damn, baby, where you learn that from? Jeremy says, like they all say. He was hard as fuck. I smirk and keep doing my thing. About 2 to 3 minutes in, he stops me and says he really has to pee. I'm like, all right, handle your business. He goes into the bathroom for a minute or so. I quickly fix my face and lay pretty on the bed waiting for him to come back. He lays down and I get in position to finish sucking him. Lo and behold, his ass is damn soft as a gummy worm. And I mean soft, like I'm about to choke. Like a shriveled up 4-inch penis. Where my 7.5 inches go? I suck it for a minute and nothing happens. He tells me to just keep sucking until he's hard again. I comply and try a few tricks, but the only thing that was up was my hopes. No words can explain the feeling of sucking a completely flaccid ass penis for a whole 5 minutes.
That little blob.
I feel your pain. I've done it before. Not for 5 minutes, but I've done it. Okay, so I switched it up and asked for him to taste me. He goes down on me and starts licking. The head was pretty mediocre, but I think my frustrated feelings were getting in the way of how good it could have been. He never got back hard again, and I never came, so I had to just call it a night. I laid next to him and he started spooning me with his soft-ass penis on my cheeks. He went to sleep as soon as his head hit the pillow, and this nigga had the nerve to be snoring as if he put in some damn work. I'm talking lumberjack, 13-hour workday, make a cute-ass nigga look ugly type of snoring. I couldn't even go to sleep, y'all. I put my clothes on and snuck out. We never spoke again. I feel like I should have given him a second chance, but that night pissed me off so bad I couldn't. But y'all, what the fuck happened in the bathroom? My theory is he came accidentally in the bathroom and just couldn't get it back up. But damn, I was ready to get dick down that night. Such a disappointment. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks, ladies. Key.
It always sucks when it's a cocktail and not a cocktail.
I wonder, yeah.
Fuck. Like, when you really think you're about to get dick down and you didn't.
What you think happened?
I think that actually the pee might have fucked him up. Like, maybe he didn't come, but maybe when he went pee, because I always hear a lot of dudes say that, like, they can't pee when they're hard. Mm-hmm. And maybe since he did pee while he was hard, maybe it just fucked everything up.
I feel like he never went to pee and he thought he was about to come. And you know how sometimes guys will feel like they can last longer the second round? I think mistakenly he tried to just go ahead and finish himself off and then come back and thought he would get hard again. It just didn't work. Bless your heart. I'm sorry that happened to you.
Bless your child. I feel bad for you.
Or he could have been drunk.
Oh, I tell
That
you
could
what,
happen.
I might get some new dick this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And I am looking forward to it. And I really hope that it's just everything that I think it will be.
Well, good luck. May the force be with you.
Thank you. I got my sheet orgasms and I'm ready.
Okay, you want to do one more?
Do one more? Okay. I'm going to do this one. This one's called Waxed, just because I just got a wax today and I was screaming. Okay. First, sorry for the typos. I'm at work and my screen is cracked. Hey, Medina. Hey, Kiki. Let's get the typical-ish out the way. Medina, you even got me watching Temptation Island. This may be long, but I have to tell it all. So let's get this started. It all started with an ad for a free bikini wax on Insta. I talk with my boyfriend like, how you feel about hair? Because I kind of want to do the full Brazilian. Ooh, girl, I did it today. We have never had this talk. I'm hoping he says he likes a little bit of hair because I have never had a wax before. Ooh. I was scared as hell. Of course, his nasty ass says, baby, I don't really mind what you have. Either way, I'ma eat it.
I know that's fucking right.
So fast forward, I get the wax booked and I am so nervous. I mean, like, I am nervous and I am so nervous. Anyway, I went ahead and got the full Brazilian. It wasn't as bad as I thought. Girl tells me no sex for 24 hours. What? They say that? Nobody ever told me that. Yeah. Oh, what? I never listened to that rule. I go ahead and obey the rules, but girl, I wanted his balls deep inside ASAP. The whole 24 hours, me and my boyfriend are definitely foreplaying. I'm talking little neck kissing, nipple pinching, dick grabbing, the whole nine. Then we get in the bed and I knew it was downhill from there. I had been drinking wine and smoking loud. Now, I'm like Kiki. I can sleep anywhere at any time. Anyway, I'm nodding in and out of sleep at this point. My bed is so comfy, and I guess he notices this. I turn over to get comfortable. He even snuggles up next to me. But boy, how the moment changes. He turns me on my back and pulls my shirt up, runs his hands down my pussy and says, girl, he went to work. I mean, he ate me like I was his last meal, and he was being executed. I am coming left and right, back to back, up, down, side to side. I can barely breathe. He lets me catch my breath and kisses my jewel. I just knew that the head was done. He was about to just break me off and we could go to sleep. This wine is hitting. The weed is in the air and I am ready for the D. Nope. He goes back to work with that mouth, swirling his tongue around my clit, kissing my lips, just face deep in my shit. He is snatching my soul. I am leaking at this point. He is pulling all the tricks out of his hat. I'm running. He pulls me back down and sucks on my clit so good. Oh my gosh, I love when that happens. There's my soul again on the ceiling. He comes up, beard dripping like a ghetto faucet while strapping up. Yes, we protect ourselves sometimes. He pressed the tip of his dick on my clit, then inserts just the tip, then right back on my clit. I exploded. I squirted right on that dick. He smiled and he pounded inside of me. I came again. He gave me nice long strokes that sent me to oblivion. At this point, we are in a puddle. He grabs me up and moves me to the bottom of the bed. The puddle must have given him some type of superpower. He pushes me down and puts his face back in my vagina. He knows I'm a sucker for head. I am sensitive to the touch, so I am coming hard. He grins and slides in easy. He is sucking my nipples and stroking me so perfect. My nails go deep in his back. He groans and goes deeper. The harder I scratch, the better he feels inside of me. I am on cloud 9. We roll over, and now I'm on top, slow riding, taking it all. We talking shit now, because we both know we giving some grade A sex right now. I remember some shit I heard on y'all's podcast, and I tried it out. One leg up while riding or whatever. I remember when I said that. Let's just say he liked that shit. I was riding like a pro. She said, thanks, Kiki, but I'm pretty sure I said that. Maybe we both did. He flipped me over, told me I couldn't snatch his soul. He is now fucking me. I mean, fucking. Girl choking me, biting my nipples, slapping my ass, flipped me over and fucked me from the back like a bitch on the streets.
What? What are these comparisons?
I don't know. I think he is letting out frustration from the weekend, and I am here for it. We turn back over missionary style and slow down just a bit. I feel myself about to explode for the umpteenth time for the night. Bitch, I make it good. I start massaging my clit. I rub on his balls. I can feel them tense up. I find his rhythm with my hips and fuck him back. Fuck. We both exploded at the same time. It was beautiful. P.S. I signed up for a monthly subscription to Sugar Wax Spot immediately. As long as we together, they have a customer in me forever. Signed, waxed. Here is a picture of my waxed pussy. I'm just playing. I
have gotten a lot of pussy pictures.
You have?
Yes, from people who listen to the show.
They're just like, look at my pussy?
They say different things. It might be like, do you think this is a good nude to send? Or I just got a wax, because they'll say, oh, I went to where you said you go and get waxed. I love it. I had to share with somebody. And I'm like, well, thanks. I mean,
wow.
I'm not going to do anything with them. But the amount of pussy pictures that I get, I wish I got more dicks. But, I guess I should just count my pussy.
Do they DM them to you on Instagram, or they send them to your personal email?
Both.
Wow. I have never got a pussy
and Twitter.
Pic.
And couples. I mean, people send me a lot of stuff, and I'm always surprised, like, what made you think to send this to me? Maybe because I talk about, like, liking to send them. Mm-hmm. But sometimes it's a bit much, and it's like, okay, don't ask me any questions, because I don't want to say what I think.
Wow.
Because you never know what I'm going to think. All right. So that's it for the cocktails portion of this whole episode. And we can move on to Indecisive Diane.
Would you stop thinking about what everyone wants? Stop thinking about what I want, what he wants, what your parents want. What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want? What do you want?
All right, Diane. So what cute little date idea do you have for us this week?
Hey, ladies, it's me, Indecisive Diane. It's the holidays. Some people want to save some money. If you're one of those people, this spot is not for you or your date.
Okay, Diane. Damn, you rude.
So listen, there's this new place in Atlanta. It's been open for a couple weeks now, maybe a month. It's called The Garden Room. It literally looks like a garden room. You go in there, it looks like you walked into a little garden room in Italy. Everyone's dressed up. It looks nice. There's a line outside. You feel like you're out of town. You're not in Atlanta. You can try to make a reservation, but you'll still be in the line. However, it's worth it. Go there. have some drinks. It's the perfect place for a girls' night out. But a girls' night out where everyone's bringing the rich mans. Okay, Diane, I like that type of girls' night out because a bitch ain't trying to pay for shit. Okay, ladies, you have to try this place out. What's the address, girl? Here's the address. It's 88 West Paces Ferry Road, Northwest Atlanta, Georgia, 30305. It's right next to Umi. You're gonna love it. Okay, girl, thanks. No problem, ladies. Bye.
I saw an ad for that place on Instagram.
The garden room?
Mm-hmm. Before you told me that you went. And I was like, oh, this would be cute, like, for my pictures.
It's
beautiful.
It's definitely like
Absolutely
photo
beautiful.
Ready.
I'm going to try it out. All right. So now it's time for us to move on to advice. Remember to email in your advice to askcocktales@gmail.com. I've got one pulled up. It's short.
Okay.
It says, question from Callie. Hi, ladies. First off, sending love from Callie. You ladies are so dope and liberating. Love y'all. So I have a bit of a problem. Me and my guy have been seeing each other for about 2 years now. Not super serious, but pretty consistent. We're getting to more of a point where it's more serious. The sex is pretty bomb, but I have an issue with climaxing. Oh no. It's not always easy for me, even with foreplay. Sometimes I just don't. We both put in work during sex and we have fun, but sometimes I just don't get there. He aims to please and I hate to not be able to give him that every time. I would like to be able to climax more often and get wetter. Do you ladies have any suggestions or help for me on this? I appreciate it. Keep being dope. Kiss, kiss.
Man, that's always so sucky because like I have that same problem, honestly. Sometimes, most of the times when I have sex, I just don't come. And sometimes I've had guys like be offended by it. I don't even know what to tell you, girl, because I don't be coming. Sex still feels good and I still enjoy it. And like she said, it's still fun. Everything feels good. I get right to the tip where it's like about to happen. And I just can't do it. It's gotten to the point where I'll just like fake it and act like I came.
Do you do that when you're by yourself too?
I don't. Okay. But I have to work really hard. Like I have to put it on the highest setting or I have to watch porn. I think I maybe I use a vibrator too much, which is weird because I haven't used a vibrator for that long in life. But I feel you, girl, because it is hard for me. If a nigga makes me come, I'm like, whoa. Like I don't know if there's like a key in there or something you got to twist over. I don't know, but I don't be coming.
A key?
And it's not that they're whack. It's me.
I would suggest maybe trying, because you did mention getting wetter. I tell everybody try out the sheet orgasms. If those don't work for you, there's a lot of like other natural herbal supplements out there that you can try, and figure out if that helps. Drink a lot of water. I also think that I would suggest spend more time masturbating, because maybe you have this expectation to, get it from like, the actual penetration and it's not getting there. So maybe if you explore your body on your own and figure out what can help you get there, then maybe you can guide him and it might be more exciting to feel him do it. And I just wouldn't beat myself up over it. If you're enjoying sex, then that's good, and just keep trying different things. Maybe you need to try stimulating your body and your mind in a different way.
And then if you are really concerned, you can always tell your doctor, your gynecologist. Like, you know how sometimes on the check things, it'll say like painful sex or hard time. It doesn't say coming, but it says whatever the other word is. But let your gynecologist know also. You're not, what is it called? What's the correct word?
For what?
For coming.
Climaxing?
Climaxing. Let your doctor know.
Yeah, it could be a lot of things. But I wouldn't get down about it and just continue to enjoy sex with him, enjoy sex by yourself, and just see what works. Let us know if you figure something out later, because a lot of people have that.
And another thing I will say is try letting him fuck you in your booty hole, because that is one thing. When I do anal, I do come, and I come hard. So... So funny.
I mean, that could work for you. I have nothing to say about anal. I tell y'all, when she says that shit makes my booty hurt. And I had a rough day today. Huh?
Orgasm. That's what it is. Orgasm. Thank you. I was like, what is the actual word? Okay, this one is the shortest one I could find.
Okay.
She said, or should we just save it?
No, read it. No,
Okay.
I'm not saying okay to the shortness.
Oh,
I'm
your
just
booty
thinking
hole
about
still
the
hurt?
booty. Yes.
She says, advice, please. My dating life sucks. Please help. We can help you. She says, hey, y'all. First of all, y'all my best friends, and y'all don't even know it. I love how real and open you ladies are on this show. The authenticity is greatly appreciated. I freaking love the show. I guess you can say I'm a fairly new listener to the show. I've been consistent for the past 6 months. I tune into Kiki's IG lunchtime whenever my supervisor isn't blocking, and I love Medina on Temptation Island. You're my spirit animal, sis, I swear. So here's my thing. I don't think I'm an unattractive girl, but I feel like I look super young, and my IG advertises me to a younger, broke demographic of men who still live with their damn mamas, and I don't have shit don't have shit going for themselves. I don't know what or if I should change the way I project myself on social media. I'm 27. I don't get out much because I don't know where to go. Most of my friends are settled down. I make pretty good money. I have my own spot, my own car, no kids. No shade to women with kids, but I don't got no kids. I'm high key freaky as fuck, but I don't have nobody's son to be nasty with. And I'm ready to date and eventually settle down. I've been single for about 5 years with a few bozos here and there, but I certainly come with no baggage. I just don't understand what the hell is going left. Do you ladies have any advice on how I can attract men that bring just a tad more to the table? Don't say my IG, but here it is for you to take a look. Help a sister out, please. I love y'all. One thing I always say to stuff like this, because I have actively done it, I feel like Kiki has done it. Sometimes you got to get out the house. Like when people be like, and I don't be going out, or all your friends are settled down. When I tell you, I'm the queen of going out by myself. If I feel like I have a night where I want to meet a man, I have no problem going out by myself. Do I want to be going out by myself? No, but I don't have a problem with it. I will go to a club by myself. Even if I'm meeting a homeboy and I just end up being by myself because he's with his people, I meet some of the best men that I've met going out by myself. A hotel bar, a restaurant to just go have a drink, maybe like after work or something. Go out by yourself, sis. You are 27. You make good money. Go take yourself to a nice dinner.
Yeah, I would say take yourself out to nice, expensive places because that'll weed out a lot of people. Don't go to like the most popping spot. Maybe go to a place that's in an area. Did she say where she lives?
She didn't.
Okay. Well, that's in an area where there's a lot of businesses, and go right after work, like happy hour time. Some people are having early dinners or work dinners, things like that. Some guys just want to go before they go home because they're single and nobody's at home to cook for them and they got to eat anyway. They may as well. Like, just go to nice places. Stay away from stuff that attracts cheap people. I won't even say broke, just cheap people. Because you could even get somebody with money and they're cheap and it's going to be the same as them being broke. So.
Another thing I'll say that I think a lot of women and men forget to do, you have to talk to people. You have to talk to people. Sometimes you go out and you just kind of are on your phone, or you go out on that date by yourself and you're on your phone the whole time. You have to pay attention. You got to look at people. If someone's looking at you and they smile back and maybe even say, hey, you want to come over here? Girl, talk to people.
I usually sit at the bar and I'll talk to the bartender, and that helps to start conversation. Like if nobody's there, and then that way, if somebody does come in who I'm attracted to, then I can just include them into the conversation to make it a little easier. If you're kind of like nervous to just go for it, you can do it kind of friendly and then feel him out and see like, is he feeling you or what? Shoot your shot, however. So
I don't know if you live in Atlanta, but if you do, there is a restaurant called Le Colonial in Shops at Buckhead, and it is the perfect spot to go by yourself. Go to the bar area in the back. Everyone socializes there. So if you live in Atlanta, it's a little key.
Well, good luck, girl. Let us know if you meet some men and where you meet them at and where you at. That can be difficult, but you obviously, this for anybody who's having that issue, because a lot of people send questions in like that or just ask. And you just have to change your surroundings. If everybody you meeting is broke and your Instagram is going towards the youngins, well, you got to change what you posting. You got to change what you're talking about on the phone to your friends, because you know Instagram is listening. You got to change a lot of different things and just go where the grown men are. Go sit outside of a store that sells only suits.
Yeah.
And just happen to bump into somebody who's making a purchase, okay? Or the watch store.
Go.
Broke men have cheap watches. Go to the nice watch places. But anyway, okay. that's it for the advice for this week, because we need to do another episode because we're going home for Christmas.
Yes.
So I'm gonna not do a cocktail since we did all of those cocktails.
You goddamn cocktails, yeah.
Okay,
long.
So if you guys have cocktails, send them into cocktales.atl@gmail.com. Advice goes to askcocktails@gmail.com. What was I gonna say? Oh, we're not doing the brunch. We had to the promoters had to reschedule the brunch, so it'll be at a later date. We'll let you guys know where that is, and as soon as we have the information, we will post it.
Mm-hmm. You guys, it's also Thursday. The last and final episode of Temptation Island comes out. When you guys watch the reunion, it's a whole mess, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. I'm at Coffee Bean Dean.
And I am at Kiki Said So. Follow the Cocktails page at Cocktails Podcast. And until next week, you guys, goodbye.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.
Population.
Goodbye. Bye. Bye. Wait on the track. Bye. 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 Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.
Population.
Goodbye. Bye. 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 Wait on the track.